Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Set. 70. Indy.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
On first down, Bowman. He'll find Moreau here. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all
From the
playing the wrong
gun,
football.
Bowman. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The man who won a Super Bowl MVP award across the bay in Santa Clara. Racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Rock it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd.
Nice, sweetheart. Hey, watch that.
Ready?
On 3rd and long, it's Locke.
Let's put him on the bus.
Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Yeah. You don't want none.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Hey, high 7, but
Lock now on first down. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Get there.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's go now. 10 Lobo.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Come on, boy. Let's go, boy.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
Here we go.
Give him the third down conversion.
Here we go.
5 yards on the play. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
It's a nice pickup at 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Royce Freeman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready to break.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan there on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
On second down now. It's Grant, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long.
They're running it.
Operating from the gun. Bowman. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to come up. Short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready, set.
Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2. Man, I got you.
Ready.
On 2nd and 9, Locke. This is the tight end fan. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's got this down to the 35. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Okay, some people call it the shuffle pass. Some people call it a shovel pass, but this worked really well. And it's hard to do in the NFL because of the big bodies that tend to clog up the middle of the field. But the execution was excellent there, able to get it done and get upfield for big yardage.
There he goes right side. And all the way home for a Bronco score.
Hey, there he is. Touchdown, baby.
Philip Lindsay with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready up.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Watch the run. Check.
X3. 218. Chopper.
That's going to set him back 5
Come
yards.
on now. Let's go.
Sooner or later, we should get a snap, I think. This is now 1st and 25 after another penalty. Here's Grant. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. In on the tackle, the former All-Pro Chris Harris.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Switch it.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS. Buzz, buzz.
Mike, 47's the mic.
1, 2, 3.
From the gun,
Check,
Bowman.
47. Strip the ball. Strip
It's
that ball.
caught. Jones. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Hey, Jet. Hey, Jet.
This is Grant. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Oh,
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Go.
To throw on 2nd down, Bowman. And almost intercepted. If he could have picked it, maybe some space to go the other way. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Kareem Jackson.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positive.
Taking it right down Broadway, and all the way home for a Broncos score.
That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown right there.
His third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. This will be taken in at the 1. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Ready.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Ready.
They will run with Grant. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
47. Hey, check.
Operating from the gun, Bowman. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
It's coming this way. Here we go.
Clock will try again on 2nd down. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. It's caught at the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
There it is.
Cortland Sutton with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
30-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it. But he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Joker.
Now.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Throwing on first down is Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. To throw again on second down. Locke, and that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Deshaun Hamilton, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. McManus's point after is good, and the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenge in your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Here we go on second and 12. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Got it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
On the ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
It's a party now. It's a party.
On first and 10, it's Lindsey. And he cuts right sideline and some room to go. 31 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. On first and 10, here's Locke. Pass incomplete. Philip Lindsay, the intended target. And now it's second down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Clock again here on second and 10. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Royce Freeman, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys continue to pour it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those two TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This will be taken in at the 1. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. That'll go down as a 99-yard kick return. And the Raiders are able to eat just a bit into this sizable deficit. Still down very big on the scoreboard, but a little feather in their cap here.
And it's a big-time play, and if you don't get energized after a kick return, well, then your team just doesn't have any spark. We'll find out if this is the start of a big comeback or just cosmetics as we go along.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready to break.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. People puts it on the ground.
On second down, it's Lindsey, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Let's go.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Go.
Throwing his lock on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
Ready, set.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Ready.
From the gun, Bowman. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
Here we go. 60 orange.
Get that quarterback, D.
Topper. Golf.
Get that quarterback. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
On first down, Locke. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. They don't get the hookup there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Tight dog,
and he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 15-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
A 5-yard gain on the play. First down.
Go! 50, plant.
5-4.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Lock now on first down.
Come on, D!
And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, but it'll be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Let's go.
Running right, this is Freeman. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Ready? 54-70. Indy. Check. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Yeah. Undercrush.
Not going to try and throw on third down. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown,
Great
Broncos.
job, man. Keep getting those touchdowns.
Cortland Sutton. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 32-yard line.
Come on, set.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Let's go,
9
boys,
yards
bring
to
it
pick
up.
up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run on first down. Grant. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now a pass caught by Zay Jones. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 2nd and 6. Flushed out right. He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense, great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep ball.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chris Harris with a pick. Shrugs him off. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in the second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
13 yards. First down, Broncos.
Here we go. Mike 4.
6 yards.
5-4.
Here we go, G.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess, but it's going to be second down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
On second down now, it's Lindsey, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Here we go. 10 Tucson.
4. Here we go. Kill. Hey.
Deep rip.
They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Philip Lindsey, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos use their short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. McManus's point after is good, and that will extend this big lead.
56. Raiders 7.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Time to go. Night.
Looking to throw on second down. Bowman. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On third down, it's Grant, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Here we go.
Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Mike 45.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Operating from the gun, Bowman. And he'll find Hall. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
Let's go.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety did him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And they have just about put this one on ice as they got it here. 1st and 10. Freeman. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Right there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Now it's Lindsey, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
#54 is Mike. 54. Look at me.
Check.
Go.
54. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Another run by Lindsey.
Run.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Today's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Denver, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Oakland, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.